For What's in Store, I'm News 8's Natalie Kucko. We are here at Rochester's first ever Boscov store, getting an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at everything they have to offer. There's a lot to see. Let's go check it out.
Well, first of all, thank you very much for coming and really being the first person to see the new Boscovs. I'm awfully excited, and I think that when people walk in, they're going to be they'll be amazed at the size of the store, but they're going to be amazed at the breadth of inventory in every department. And we've got, and I'll show you, we've got departments that other stores just don't have anymore. We start off when you first walk in, we got a Peanuts shop. Peanuts is celebrating his 75th anniversary this year. He doesn't look a day over, I don't know what, but 75th anniversary t-shirts, sweatpants, pajamas, pillows, knickknacks, all kinds of things. But Peanuts is very hot. Snoopy is very hot, and Peanuts is very hot. I think people will get a kick out of that.
So we'll take a walk through the store here. 51st location for Boscov's.
Yep, 51. Started in a small corner store by my grandfather in the early 1900s. He arrived in this country in 1914, opened his first store. He was a peddler, opened his first store in 1921. And little by little we grew in the communities, first around Pennsylvania, around Reading, Pennsylvania, and now we've expanded into New York, New Jersey, Maryland, Delaware, West Virginia, Ohio, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. So, but the secret is people. I mean, it really is people. It's having people who care about other people and offer tremendous service. And that's the thing. Look, you're going to see a tremendous amount of inventory and wonderful prices. But I think what makes the difference is we've got people, you're not seeing them now because we're not open, but we've hired about 160 wonderful people from the area. We also have people from other stores helping initially, and that's a big help. But you know, the most frustrating thing in the world is in a department store, any kind of store, finding an item you want to buy and then having to chase down somebody to take your money. That's crazy. I think people will be surprised and pleased with the amount of service that we deliver. We walked past a cosmetics department that's absolutely lovely. All the classic department store lines, but a lot of other things too. A lot of people are getting their information on TikTok these days. Body wash, hair treatment. We have the Indulge Studio that features a lot of those things.
The interesting thing about your company is, you know, as many big box retailers have moved away from brick and mortar, Boscov's is finding, you know, a secret to success with that. Can you elaborate?
Well, I think there are certain things that make sense to buy online. Certain commodities, that's not a problem. But if you buy a dress, you want to see the way it moves when you walk, right? It's also social. When you shop, you want to shop with friends, family, and so it's a social experience. And when you buy home textiles, you want to feel what they feel like. You don't want to be surprised when they arrive. So I think that the combination of those things, and then put it in an environment that's attractive, where you've got a tremendous assortment. And I'll give you an example. We're going to look at coffee makers. And maybe you heard me talk about this before. Most stores have 6, 8, 10 coffee makers to choose from. We have 20, 21, 22, all ranging in price from $19.99 to $199 because different people want different things. And what I tell people is that range of assortment, the very broad assortment, you're going to find in every area, whether you're talking about housewares or underwear, okay? So we're walking past ready-to-wear, all of our apparel. We've got, and we do something I think is very special. In addition to sportswear and dresses and suits, in conventional women's sizes, we're headquarters for plus size and we're headquarters for petites. It amazes me that there are companies that have given up on petites, and I'm guessing you've seen that yourself personally.
I do fall into that category.
Yeah.
We talked about.
But I'm the tallest member of my family, so you can imagine that it's important to me and other members of my family. But you know, there were companies that said, well, we'll carry some shorter pants, but everything else will be fine. We have coats, dresses, suits, sportswear, sleepwear, all of that stuff in petites and in plus size. So I think that, you know, people are going to be amazed by the amount of inventory that we have and the range of the assortment that we have within each department. And we have departments that other companies just don't have. So for example, how many months out of the year do kids have birthdays? 12. Yeah. So why would a store not have a toy department 12 months out of the year? So we've got a tremendous, a wonderful toy department with an assortment of what every kid wants at great prices 12 months out of the year. We're walking past the jewelry department. I should show you this. In addition to all of the watches and the brands that people are looking for, Here's Perry Ellis, there's Bering. In addition to all of the watches and fashion jewelry, we have a fine jewelry area with experts who know what they're dealing with and can be truly helpful. Again, the kind of pricing that people haven't seen before, pearls, but I wanted to walk you around to this. Levion classic jewelry. Novastar is what's happening in diamonds. Natural diamonds are kind of disappearing because lab-grown diamonds are in, you can't tell the difference between a lab-grown diamond. They're perfect. They've got no inclusions. The color is wonderful. And they are a fraction of the price of a natural diamond. What percentage should I be using? For lab-grown versus natural?
It's like
A third, yeah. I think that's,
Wow.
and it means you can get a really substantial diamond at a very, very reasonable price.
They have more same shimmer.
Yeah.
The light.
They're beautifully cut. So we've got jewelry, both fashion, fine, a selection of watches. We were walking past the men's department, and again, we've got everything from suit separates and men's sportswear to dress slacks and casual slacks and lots of things for the casual outdoor weekend.
Boscov's has such a focus on name brand. You've got Ralph Lauren, you've got all kinds of different brands here, but a focus on price point.
Yeah.
And in today's economy, why is that so important?
Well, I think you know very well, and I know very well, that people need to make sure their dollar goes as far as it possibly can. They've got to put food on their table. They're working hard for the money that they make, and value matters. And I think that's one of the secrets of why we succeed when other stores are struggling. We offer the very best values. You know, you can get a thermal Henley for $7.99. Here's a U.S. Polo brand for $15.99. Totes umbrellas $7.99. We don't necessarily have as much private label as some of the other companies do, but we use private label a little bit differently. Things that we make and the quality is, here's a good example. Look at this architect shirt. This is a private label shirt. Well, it's got all the details of a much more expensive shirt. This is $29.99. You can compare it to something that'd be $59, $69.
No shortage of options here, right?
No.
You seem to have it all, pretty
Yeah,
much.
we really do. We have our brand names. We've got our own label. We use private label differently. Other companies use it as a margin builder. They can charge extra because the middleman's not there. We really use it as an opening price point and to offer extra value. So the quality is excellent. The price is really special.
There's so much excitement around Boscov's coming to the Rochester area. You've got your flagship store in Binghamton, which
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people from our area have visited. You know, why did you settle and choose this location?
Well, I would say two things. One is we know that the store in Binghamton is in a building that's 135 years old. It's not indicative of what we do today. This is, and I'm very, very proud of the look that we've got here. We took the existing space down to studs and insulation, and we really rebuilt the whole thing. Why did we choose this area? Well, part of it is it doesn't make sense for us to open stores 200, 300 miles away from where people know us. The fact that there are customers in this area who've been to a Boscov's and heard of a Boscov's means that we've got customers saying, oh, I know them, you're going to like them. You got to come and see what they, so being a little known helps. Also, just our ability to service them. We had about 150 coworkers from our other stores coming to help us prepare and help working side by side with the new coworkers to teach them what a Boscov's is. If we had to fly them to San Diego, that wouldn't happen. So, and it also depends on who's got space available. Malls are not being built. Big stores like this are not being built. But when we can find a developer who's willing to work with us to take an existing space, like in this case, the Burlington store, and then expand it to take the whole mall area in front of it, it means that we can have a Boscov store because Boscov's is big. In handbags, you're going to find all of the brands that you're looking for. Just here, Gloria Vanderbilt, Anne Klein, Betsy Johnson, Sam and Hadley, DS Fashion, Steve Madden, Dooney and Burke. all of the brands that people are looking for. And again, price ranging, in price ranges that fit the bargain shopper and the customer who's looking for the brand, for a more expensive brand.
To go back to Boscov's
Yes.
success rate, right?
Yeah.
You know, in this day and age, we're seeing so much closure, especially at our major market malls. You could say it's a bit advantageous, right, to open a brand new department store in any city. But why does it work for Boscov's?
Well, I think it's a couple of things. I think that we have a formula that people like. We're offering price matters. We offer service. I think service is something that people are not finding anyplace anymore. And assortment. So take a look at this. Here, this is the shoe department. It's a city. For men's, for kids, for women. It's got everything you can possibly want. So it's a combination of things. It's having a tremendous amount of product, popularly priced, and offering service on top of that. I think that it's a nice combination. The other thing is we're privately owned, which means we're a family business, which means we're people. And when I meet with the new coworkers, we talk about the importance of being who you are, being a person, letting your customer know that you're a human being. You know, I said, of course we've got rules and regulations we have to live by, but isn't there a solution? But when you're faced with that, just remember that we're human beings and we need to treat each other like human beings.
Touching off of that, you are the largest family-owned retailer in the country, chain, right,
yeah.
for department stores?
Yeah. There used to be a lot of, every town had a family department store. They've either been gobbled up or they've closed. So I'm very grateful, and it doesn't, I don't forget the responsibility of making sure that we continue to do the things that my grandfather did that made us successful. And that, and I've said a couple times, offering value and being human beings.
To continue that legacy.
Yeah, I think that's true. So let's keep moving, because here we've got home decor. We're getting ready for Christmas. Here's what I really want to show you, the candy department. How many stores do you know that have a candy department where you can walk up and pick your favorite assortment? By the way, we're passing Boscov's chocolate-covered pretzels. I don't know about you. That's a mixture of an assortment of dark and milk chocolate. I'm a dark chocolate fan, any day.
Lots of choices.
So, in addition to all the other things that you can pick up in the candy department, take a look here. Yeah, here, now if you like, I don't know if you have any favorites. This is all Boscov's chocolate. It's made by Asher. It's a family business in the Philadelphia market. It's very, very good.
I'm eyeing the raspberry truffle right
Yes,
there.
that's
really good.
I wonder if we can get you one. Hey, Gail, can you help me with something? I know that there's somebody who's crazy about raspberry truffles.
Raspberry truffles?
Yes,
Hi.
See if we can get a taste.
I think a taste is a good thing. I just had a Wilbur bun, which is my favorite.
That's so fun. Thank you so much. See if we can get a bite.
It just seems unfair not to give our camera person something. Would you like something?
You can come back around.
Okay, all right, we'll come back. So this is
Really good, by the way.
it's covered now just to keep it fresh, but the covers come off and it's very, very attractive. So we are vacuum headquarters in every town that we're in. We've got the luggage department, a tremendous assortment of vacuums. Now this is a temporary area because a lot of people are going to be interested in opening up charge accounts tomorrow. So we've got an area that we call it Charge Central, where people can fill out an application really at any register and come here and pick up a credit card. And we have free gifts for them if they do.
Off of
So-
that, really quickly, to touch on jobs, how many positions did you fill so far?
Well, we have about 160 filled. We are always looking for more. We're heading into a very, very busy season. So if we can hire another 40 people, that would be ideal.
You've got the holidays coming up. I'm sure you've
Yep.
got seasonal positions that you're
Yep.
hiring for.
Yep. And the nice thing about seasonal is you get to meet some wonderful people, and you get to have the opportunity to ask them to stay with you. I think that's great. So this is an area that we call Grand Opening Bargains. And we advertise some things that are just crazy, crazy prices. Here's a 16-piece glass storage set for $19.99 with snap-on lids. And this whole area is filled with just special values. And so this will be a very busy area of the store. We have a pet department because everybody's got pets, and pets deserve to celebrate the holidays as
Entering
well.
the kids section here.
Yeah, so we've got a very full boys, for little boys, big girls, little girls, infants, toddlers. The other thing I should point out, we try to do things that make sense. Let's go. Let's take a look here. We've got in the maternity department, we've got a nursing room, because people need privacy. They need a comfortable place to sit.
That's big.
Well, I think it's important. And it should be, it should be a cute little room where people are comfortable and where people can have the privacy and the quiet that they need.
Don't often find that in a department store, I don't think, right?
well-
Just a regular bathroom?
Ooh, I know. People do that, and I think that we do a nice thing by creating a nice space for them. And I've been spending more time in the toddler department because I now have a 2-year-old grandson.
Aw.
But again, things like that go back to being a human, right?
Very personalized.
Yeah.
And we're looking at the layout of the store too. So you're all on one floor.
We are,
So
which
how
makes
do you-
shopping easier.
Exactly. So you don't have to worry about going up to the second or third floor, no escalators.
That's-
But how do you build out to make sure everything is compartmentalized? You know, you've got everything so
Well-
organized nicely here.
Well, as you said, it's our 51st store, so we've had a little bit of practice, and with each store, hopefully we get a little bit better. We know that toddlers needs this amount of space, and it should be adjacent to infants. We know that the toy department near the kids department makes a lot of sense because kids like coming to the store and heading over to the toy department.
When you started Boscov's, right,
I-
all those years ago,
I wish I could say I started it, but it was really my grandfather.
yeah.
My grandfather, really.
your family, but when it started, how many departments were we looking at to
Well,
start?
you ask an interesting question. So my grandfather started as a peddler, I mentioned, and then he ended up buying out the dry goods store that had staked him with inventory. It was a little corner store, but it was attached homes. And as the business grew, he would buy the house next door, knock down the wall, and bingo, there was a dress department. But my grandmother was very conservative, and you have to remember these were first-generation Americans, and she was apprehensive about getting themselves into debt or biting off more than they could chew. So my grandfather never would tell her what was going on. They would hang drapery over the wall. The construction would take place. They would knock the wall down, and then at the appropriate time, the drapery would come down, and we would have a dress department. And at that point, she would be very happy.
Oh, wow. You know, family business, I'm sure that can present some challenges. I have a little bit of experience with that. I worked with my own father
Oh, really?
for some time. You know, there's so much reward, but talk to me about sort of the nuances of working with your family.
Well, I'm very fortunate. I have a family that's very, very supportive, and it's not the kind of corporation where everybody's giving input and telling you what to do. I mean, as I've been doing this, I've been very fortunate, and I enjoy working with the family members that are part of the business. I have a cousin who is taking a lot of responsibility, in addition to. But the other thing I would say about family is, you've got to find the best people, right? So that while it has to do with succession, I'm working for a number. I'm not about to retire, but when I do, it's not going to be. It's going to be important that the most capable person do the job, whether it's family or not. Now, we have to be fortunate. We've got some very, very good family members involved in the business.
Will you keep the business and the family when that
Yes.
day comes?
Yeah. So yes, absolutely. So that's a very good question. The question is, do you, like so many other companies, are you interested in going public? Do you want to take in venture capital money? And the answer is no. The answer is we are doing there's a wonderful thing about being a privately held company. You know who you're working for. You're not working for the stock market. You're not working for the analysts, so you end up doing silly things at the end of a quarter just to look good. You're working for the customer, and that's been the best thing in the world, the fact that it's privately held, it's a family business, and the other thing is the demands of a privately held business are different than if you're public. You've got to show big profits and pay out money to your investors. In a family business, your goal is different. Your goal is to keep the business healthy and growing for the next generation and the generation after that.
You've got furniture here.
We do.
And quite a stock as well.
Yeah. Well, I think you want people to think of Boscov's as some place that you can get absolutely everything. And you know, you can jettison certain departments. So for example, we maybe have, you don't always have departments because they make money. You have departments because they're good to have. The candy department, we don't necessarily look at as a profit center, but it makes us different. And people come in, we've got people coming in every week for a slightly different assortment or their same assortment, but it breeds loyalty. We've got something for everyone.
There's a lot of celebration happening over the next few days.
Thank goodness,
so we're here pretty early to get a special behind the scenes look. You open to the public Friday, correct?
Yes, but tomorrow,
Yep.
tomorrow is Charity Day, and I was so impressed. 6 months ago, we held a luncheon, and we invited about 150 different, we invited all the nonprofits, about 150 nonprofits showed up, about 220 people. I was so impressed, because it says a lot about what a community does to help other members of the community. So Charity Day is tomorrow, and what we announced at that luncheon 6 months ago is, we know the curiosity about a department store, we can use that curiosity to help raise money for charities. So we distributed, I don't know how many thousands and thousands of passes for them to provide to their supporters. Their supporters give them a $5 bill. They keep 100% of the $5. The customer gets the pass. That is their ticket in here to be the first people to shop at Boscov's. We're going to have free gifts for them tomorrow as well. But tomorrow's going to be a very busy day. Then Friday we have a day that's called Family Fun Day. We're going to have entertainment out on the mall. We've got a pianist in the middle of the store. We've got food sampling and candy sampling in the store. Friday will be a busy day. The official grand opening is Saturday. Saturday we're going to have a ribbon cutting first thing in the morning, and we're going to have dignitaries and a marching band. And I should say that the ribbon cutting is a very special ribbon. The ribbon is made up of $100 bills.
Oh, wow.
And we've invited the United Way agencies, I think we have 26 of them coming, to each come up on stage and clip off their $100 bill. Now, it's just emblematic. It just is indicative of the fact that we believe that we're part of the community. We work here, we live here, we play here. We want to be a part of the community. You've got a very active and effective United Way, so we wanted to work with them. They'll be cutting off their $100 bills, and the United Way itself will cut off a $1,000 bill.
So those funds going right back to local charity.
Yeah.
And speaking of Charity Day, folks can show up, you know, first come,
Yes.
first serve to get, you know, their
Yes.
coupons and tickets right at the door.
That's right, and I appreciate you saying something. If they haven't had a chance to purchase or to make a donation to their charity and get a pass, there will be desks set up at each of the entrance where they can make a $5 donation in this case it will be to the United Way, and that gives them entree to the store for Thursday.
Awesome.
It's going to be
You've
a busy
also
day.
got- yeah, and fireworks over the weekend
Yeah,
too.
that's the other thing. I mentioned Saturday is the ribbon cutting. It starts off with the ribbon cutting and a marching band, but it ends at 9 o'clock with an incredible fireworks show that's going to be visible from the parking lot here.
Excellent. Jim, you know, as we wrap up and we make our way, you know, to the front end of the store, what are you hoping that customers take away from this opening and the legacy that you're creating in the Rochester area?
Well, I appreciate that question. I hope that they see us as humans. I know they're going to find great value. I know they're going to find great assortment. I know that as busy as it is going to be, that our coworkers here are going to knock themselves out to give them the kind of service that Boscov's is known for. And I hope that they start to feel over a period of time that this is their family neighborhood store. That's harder as you get bigger, but that's the goal. The goal is not to lose that family feeling and that corner store feeling. And we've been able to do it so far, and now this will be the next opportunity to do that.
Yeah, and for shoppers, hours of the store going forward.
We are opening, I think 9 to 10 the next couple of days, and as we get closer to the holidays, we're actually going to be open later and later. But we'll keep that posted both online and in our inserts, in our advertising.
Excellent. Jim, thank you so much.
Well, I thank you so much
we
for taking the time to do
appreciate you
this.
showing us around,
Well,
and so exciting.
We're still setting up. We're pretty well finished. We're not as beautiful as we're going to be, but people I think will be wowed when they come in.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much
Nat.
for the tour. And be sure to
appreciate it.
check out Boscov's right here at Grace Ridge Mall. We appreciate you watching. Stick around for the next What's in Store.
Get the Rochester First streaming app today for everything you love from News 8 on demand, plus exclusive shows you won't see anywhere else. Search ROC and download for free on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.